Okay, Parliament, how's it going? Today is going to be a good video today because you know how I feel when it comes to Delta 10, and I know that there's some of you out there who somehow still believe that Delta 10 really does anything psychoactive. Maybe it makes people feel good, that's fine. I mean, we have our 6A, 10A in some of our products, so I get it that some people want it. However, when it comes to talking about Delta 10 being this psychoactive cannabinoid, it is not, and I also now have proof. And we're going to get into that today, so please hang tight and let me just share a story with you. And I'm going to give you some hard stone proof here today, everybody. And there's just no more. There's no more of you who can be denying it and getting in the comments and saying Delta 10's great and I'm full of shit and Luke doesn't know what he's talking about. I mean, there's lots of comments on our Delta 10 videos about how Delta 10 is so good. So let me just jump right in there. So first thing is that when it comes to Delta 10, a lot of the time, all of the time actually, it's Delta 8 and there's a little bit of Delta 10 in there. And so when you try that cartridge and you're like, oh, Delta 10, it makes me feel like sativa. It's like saying that CBD makes you feel like a sativa when you have, a 70% Delta 10 and the rest of CBD in there. And you're like, whoa, that CBD really gets me high. And it's just clearly the Delta 8. So with Delta 10, I mean, I have eaten raw extract of it by itself, 50 milligrams, nothing. Now there is all different varieties of Delta 10, right? So we've got the 6A, we've got the R isomer and the S isomer. And then we also have Delta 6A, 10A, which also co-elutes with Delta 10. But out of all of those, none of them seem to get you high. And so, and I know this now more than ever because we just had a white label deal. So for those of you who don't know, we can make cartridges for you or for other people, other companies. And they wanted to have a 6A, they wanted to have a Delta 10 cartridge because their last cartridge that they were using was Delta 10. And they love Delta 10. So I looked over quickly at the test results. I saw they had a bunch of Delta 10 in there. I said, I'm going to make the best possible Delta 10 cartridges, even though I'm not really a believer in it. And this goes to show I should have just said, hey, this is what you really need to do. But however, I proceeded with getting the Delta 10 cartridges. So as you can see here, and I'm just going to Control Shift 5. Here we go, we're recording. So as you can see here, we've got the purple haze. And we have a lot of different Delta 10s in here. So let's just look at it. So we have 34.8% of 6A, 10A, right? We also have down here, the 6AR is 15% and then the 6S. And then on top of that, you can also see the 30% Delta 8. So when I sent out all of these cartridges with the cannabis-derived terpenes and I can't wait for the reviews, I check in with my client. And I say, so tell me how's the feedback been on the products? And what do you know? I suddenly get this, people are not impressed with the carts. No one is getting anything from them. I'm getting them returned. I'll have to send them back. I thought these were going to be up to your platinum standards. I'm here like, oh my God, what have we done? How is it possible? How are the carts not working? And then it just dawned on me like, oh my God, we actually put Delta 10 in there. And we put a good amount of Delta 10 in there with not a lot of Delta 8. And now the people are saying that they're not getting high. And as you'll see here from the other screenshot, you can see here, they're getting mixed reviews on the carts, they're getting feedback. I got 2 pulls off Rachel's cart yesterday, I didn't feel anything. I tried it since I have a super low tolerance, just to see if it would make a difference since Rachel's tolerance is high. I tried the Maui Wowie. I hit it probably 10 times and I didn't feel anything. I waited and tried again just to see. It didn't give me any head change. So why would that be? Right? Why would that be the case, right? If Delta 10 is the be all and end all, and it's this new sativa cartridge and we literally give them Delta 10, We've tested it in the best laboratory in the country. We can see the delta 10 in there. We can see it's not just, and the lad said a lot of this is going to coalute as one, there's not just one delta 10. It's like delta 8 and delta 9 being the same thing. It's delta 6A, 10A, delta 10, the 6R delta 10, 6S delta 10, keep up with me. And so what did we see here? We see that it didn't do anything, that they weren't getting high from it. And so if they're not getting high from it, then the question is why bother? Well, the only reason to bother is because people really want to get something that is not as strong as delta 8, and they want something that is a little bit less potent. That's the only reason I come up with, because delta 10 is not psychoactive, and if it is psychoactive, not in any way that people want it over delta 8. And so I really just hope this puts it to bed for all of you, and that you can see that delta 10 is not a psychoactive cannabinoid, and if you're purchasing it for different reasons, and that's okay. But overall, it is not a psychoactive cannabinoid, and the only reason you're feeling anything is because of the delta 8 in there. And so when you're making your purchases, please make sure to check the packaging, and most likely don't buy delta 10 because it's a rip-off. All right, thank you, peace, bye-bye.